The Young, Gifted, and Empowered Entrepreneur of the Year award is given to a business leader who exemplifies creativity, excellence, and initiative in their business and serves as a role model in the community. Kakeyla Manning exemplifies all those attributes and more, and that is why she is the Young, Gifted, and Empowered Entrepreneur of the Year for 2016. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. We know that you're a phenomenal lady, you're a phenomenal mother. How do you do it all as the owner of Specialty Healthcare and Specialty Transportation?
24 hours, 7 days a week. No rest, no sleep. I work until I can get it done, honestly. I make mistakes, but I just take my time. And whenever I find a mistake, I go back to try and get it corrected. That is one thing that makes me very successful at what I do. And I have a son with special needs.
Tell me about him.
His name is Thomas. He is the light of my eye. He'll be 15 in exactly 6 more days.
Oh.
And he's very excited about that. And he has autism. He has taught me how to be a real mom, a real wife, and a real entrepreneur. It takes time and a lot of dedication, and that's how I know how to be a great entrepreneur, is because of Thomas and his special needs.
Let's go back to the beginning, because this just didn't happen overnight. You launched your business in 2011. Tell me about what you did prior to 2011 to get you to this point.
Prior to that, I did about 16 hours a day of nursing care for another agency, but myself and my husband decided to have gastric bypass, and my husband became very ill. Along with that, I had to do a lot of praying because he wasn't about to make it. So I bargained a little bit with the Lord and said, Lord, if you let my husband live, then I promise to take care of everybody in need. And once my husband became well, I started my business. And Thomas, he was an inspiration. My husband was an inspiration to start Specialty Healthcare. It was all about people with special needs. I love people with special needs. We have a bond, we have a lock. I love working with them. They're unique in their own special way. That's what made me get started.
Every business has a first client. How did you land your first client?
My first client was from the VA hospital, and going to visit him way in Louisville, Mississippi with a broken leg and 3 places, I rode on the back seat. I'll never forget, he helped me out of the car, and he was 93 years old, and he's still my client today. And the thing that really caught my eye is that he loved his wife. Her pictures were still everywhere. She had been deceased maybe about 10 years. That was important to him, and I needed for the worker going into the home to know how important that was to him and how important his care was. He has stuck along with my company ever since then, and that's been almost 5 years ago.
How many clients do you have now?
About 110.
So to go from 1 to 110 and to start another business, what made you so successful at this point in your journey?
Mistakes. Once you learn from your mistakes, it's easy to go back and fix those mistakes, and it's easy to pick up the phone and call and ask for help. You've got Xerox, you've got Medicaid, you've got people that have other businesses. They don't mind trying to help you. Well, some people don't mind helping you, but it's easy just to pick up the telephone and say, I need help. And that sometimes it has made me cry. It has. It's made me go home with a headache. It's made me spend a lot of time away from home, but it has also made me become very successful making mistakes.
What advice do you give to others other than asking for help that you learned now, 4 years later, almost 5 years later into the business? What are you still doing? You said asking for help, asking others in the community to support you. How is it that you're able to give back outside of the community today now that you've grown?
In order to be successful, you must read the rules and regulations and know the guidelines. If you don't know the guidelines, how can you be successful? I mean, there's everything. You've got to know about the wage board, how to pay your employees, when do you come into overtime, waiting to engage. Mistakes, I made those first, and then I learned about those rules. So read first, know the guidelines. That is really what makes you successful, is to know the guidelines to everything that you do.
You've done some awesome things in the community. What's next?
I'm going to build a home for kids with special needs so that parents don't have to figure out where their kids are going to go. It's going to be so nice. It'll be a place called home. It's called Thomas's House. It's giving me chills just talking about it. It's gonna be a fantastic place. They don't have to be worried about somebody taking advantage of them. That's gonna be my biggest adventure, is a place for kids with special needs.
Kakeyla, I can't wait to see it happen. You're amazing, you're awesome, you rock. Congratulations on being
Thank you, thank
the
you, thank you.
Entrepreneur of the Year.
Thank you, I feel awesome.